This is a T422 production.
If you want to talk some Simpsons, we do it with distinction. Insert brain here. With Springfield in our vision, our spirit is embiggened. Insert brain here. Flanders, Quimby, Otto, Man, the Hassa, Beamer, Battle on. Insert brain here. We've got Simpsons to ponder. Here comes David and Connor. Insert brain here.
Welcome back to Insert Brain Here, a Simpsons podcast. I'm your host David, and with me as always is my co-host Connor.
Yalehee-hoo.
Jesus.
I'm here.
You are indeed present.
Present and accounted for.
Good, good. Today we're going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 21, 3 Men and a Comic Book, with the original air date being 9th of May 1991.
Very good, David, very good.
Yes. Awesome. So,
David,
Connor,
what did you think of this episode of The Simpsons?
what was the episode about?
Oh, I thought I could get away with not doing it. I thought I could escape.
Nope.
I thought I could get away with it. Well, David, the episode starts with Marge taking Bart and Lisa to a local Comic-Con.
Yeah.
When they're there, Bart sees an issue of Radioactive Man #1. Mm-hmm. Radioactive Man is a fictional comic book superhero character in the world of The Simpsons that Bart is a fan of.
Yeah, yeah.
It's somewhat established in Season 1.
But in the background,
in
I think,
passing.
mostly.
I think there was a design, but it's not the design.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I mentioned that, but...
Yeah, I think you have.
Go watch the fucking Season 1 episodes if you want to hear me talk about that. I'm here
if
to
you
talk
really
about,
have to.
I'm here now to recap 3 Men in a Comic Book.
Yes.
Bart's like, oh, and I get that first appearance of Radioactive Man, but I don't have $100 to get it.
Yeah, pretty pricey.
So he goes through a few things. He tries selling lemonade. He sells Homer's beer.
Yeah.
He does a lot of chores for an old lady and gets like 50 pence for
50
it.
cents.
50 cents if you're an American, yes.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the comic book shop and he's like, I've only got like $35. And I can't think of anything else I can do.
Yeah.
And while he's there, Martin, Prince, and Milhouse. Martin Prince is also trying to get the comic for about $40.
Yeah.
And Milhouse has about $30 and he wants to buy a baseball card. And Bart says to them, if we pull our money together, we can buy the comic, Radioactive Man First Appearance.
Yeah.
And they do. And then they soon realise the issue with that is that they now all have equal ownership of the comic.
Yeah.
A storm is a brewing, and they take the comic to Bart's treehouse where they read it together in a group, and soon squabbling starts. And they're fighting
by candlelight for some reason. By
candlelight.
Yeah.
While the storm rages outside.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fighting each other, and they try and barter and come in agreement. Martin ends up tied up because he went to go for the bathroom, and Bart's going crazy, and he thought he was trying to steal this comic. Yeah. He gets in a fight with Milhouse, and the comic ends up being destroyed. It gets whisked out by the wind, and Bart can't catch it because he's too busy holding on to Milhouse because he almost fell out of the treehouse. He gets hit by the rain, lands in the mud, gets ripped apart by the dog, and then hit with lightning.
Yeah.
And it's totally,
really driving home that it's fucked.
It's gone.
Yeah.
There's no repairing it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. Bart doesn't learn a lesson.
Yep.
He makes a point of specifying that he does not learn a lesson.
Yeah.
And what little is left of the comic is gone.
And that's it.
And that's the end of the episode.
That is indeed the end of the episode. I didn't even get into that there. What do you think of the episode, Connor?
What did I think of the episode?
What do you think of this episode?
I love this episode.
Very good.
I
am aware you're a big fan of this episode.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have I mentioned it before?
You have. When we spoke about the fact that we were coming up to do this episode, you're like, I don't even need to watch it. I know it off by heart. I've seen it too many times.
Less so now, but I was for a long time a big comic book fan and nerd, and I would buy comic books.
Yep.
Not so much now. Unless it's The Amazing Spider-Man, of course. I love Spider-Man. But other than that, I've kind of...
toned it down.
Too much superhero media.
Yeah.
Oversaturated the market.
Yeah.
But I do remember going to Comic-Cons and seeing stuff like In fact, I have a rare issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. I have the first appearance of Scorpion.
All right, nice.
It's definitely written by Stan Lee, and I want to say it was issue 12 or 9.
Wow.
So it's like from the 60s.
Early.
It's within the first 15 issues that Spider-Man was ever in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could somewhat relate to Bart and Milhouse and Martin's
Sort of squabble over the rare edition.
trying your hardest to try and get that comic, and the entire all the stuff at Comic-Con, like the Q&A panel, it's very ahead of its time. And the cosplay, before cosplay was even a word, it was just putting on a costume.
Yeah.
I really love this episode.
Yeah.
And I wish the Simpsons did more episodes like this, where they dive into nerd culture in a serious, maybe not serious, but you know what I mean, like a proper way.
Yeah, aye.
They're not like sneering at it from
legitimate way.
Yeah, they're not sneering at it from the sidelines, because the writers are the people who would go to this kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
David, what did you think of this episode?
I also think this is a really great episode. I love this episode. I have seen it probably not as many times as you, but I have seen it a lot.
Yeah.
As one of the earlier episodes I remember very well overall. I did not buy too many comics when I was younger.
Yeah.
I did have well, I mean that is a comic, I suppose, but like more British comics like
Beano,
the Beano and Dandy and Urwally and the Bruins. Yeah, I had comics like that. I'm an older man.
You can find out more about that if you listen to our other podcast. What was it called? Urwilly and the Bruins?
Yeah.
Which we pitched in a different episode that I've just taken and inserted here.
Yeah.
Insert brain here.
Yeah.
My comic book buying phase, it was...
was it not like Urwally and the Bruin?
What I just said?
Yeah. Was that exactly... I don't know.
That's what I just said.
Is that actually what
Lock
you said?
in, as the kids would say. Lock in.
I don't even know what the fuck you're on about.
Slay Queen. When I was a kid, it was more Beano and the odd like Scooby-Doo comic or something like that.
Yeah.
It was more so when I was a teen. It was like your Batman,
right,
Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men, Superman,
and
the odd Flash, Sleepwalker,
okay,
The Punisher.
I remember seeing a
Mad Max comics.
I don't even remember the Mad Max comics.
Wonder Woman.
I remember seeing Wonder Woman. I remember seeing there was Hulk comics.
The Incredible Hulk. Yeah. I had a few of those. Ghost Rider.
Yes. I actually had a few Ghost Rider comics, actually. I remember picking up a wee collection of those.
What was that weird fucky series that you started collecting for no reason? It's like a Marvel series from the 90s that no one remembers now.
It's in that cupboard.
It was like called, what was it called? Magic?
No, it's something. It's a group. 1 second, I'm actually just get a comic.
Secret Defenders. There's another one. That's not the one you're looking for. That's another one that I collected.
Oh, is it? No.
Booster Gold. Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, I remember Alien versus
Excalibur.
Predator. Excalibur.
I just remembered it. Yeah.
Yeah, Excalibur. I've got Excalibur right in front of me here. Elf Quest. That sounds more like porn. I don't know.
Some
The
pixie and hentai.
I've got The Thing.
Wait, which The Thing do you have?
I've got the Thing from Another World.
No, which issue do you have? I have The Thing as well, but I'm missing one issue.
1 of 4, 3 of 4, and 4 of 4. It seems I don't have 2 of 4.
I wouldn't say I also don't have 2 of 4, but I will check. We can do a radioactive. We can do this episode.
Yeah.
Or we can read all 4 because we'll have all 4 in total.
Oh, look at that. Alien 3 comics being advertised in the back.
Nice. Yeah, these are from the 90s.
Predator, Big Game, Indiana Jones,
I have...
Fate of Atlantis.
That's another thing I have. I have the first 2 issues of the Indiana Jones comic from Marvel.
Nice.
Issue 1 and 2.
That's awesome.
We should do
because that's advertised in 1992.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We should do a show where we go through random
floppy
comics like this.
Yeah.
Not
like books or.
I like graphic novels as well. But
yes, but I think going through some comics that we've got and some that we've collected and some that we just find.
Even going into
specifically
some second-hand shops and specifically picking up like one or two issues.
Yeah.
And reading them out of context and just talking about them.
Yeah, just random middle of the series
like
issues.
Incredible Hulk number 354.
Yeah.
no context.
No context whatsoever.
It's like part 3 of an arc or something.
Perfect. Part 3 of a 4-part arc.
That's the one.
Brilliant.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. David, that's the sound of Ion Springfield.
Very good.
That's a segment of this show where I cover characters who've made their first appearance in this episode, and you stare at me wall-eyed with drool dripping from your chin.
I do indeed. Which is why I need to stop leaning over the mic so much, because it's damaging the mic.
Yes, exactly. David, first appearance of Busman.
And it begins.
Absolutely stumped. There he goes. Brain disconnected.
Busman. Oh, that's the comic the comic idea from
who?
Ollie. No.
What? Ollie? What's the bus driver's name? Oh, yes.
That's it.
Very
I
good.
began with an O.
You didn't think I was going to put fictional characters in here, did you fucker?
I knew there was going to be something in there that
Some
I didn't
sort
know.
of absolute rug pull.
Yeah.
David.
Who's next?
First appearance of Bodyguards.
That's the two guys that Mayor Quimby turns to.
Very good, David.
When,
you pulled that one out.
What's his face fucking speaks up to him and he's like, get that guy's number. No one makes a fool of Mayor Quimby.
Diamond Joe Quimby.
Yeah, that's it. Diamond Joe Quimby. That's
Maybe you're on the ball today.
No chance.
David, first appearance of Asa Glick.
Well, that's that done. Asa what?
Asa Glick. Do you want me to spell the first name for you?
Sure.
A-S-A.
Very good. Handy. That helped out a lot.
The surname is
Thank you.
Glick.
Glick, as in like it sounds. G-L-I-C-K.
That's the one.
Perfect.
Do you want a hint?
Sure.
You're not even going to try and guess this one.
I'm not gonna. No, probably not. Why?
Oh, you're on strike.
Yeah. Might as well.
Podcast strike.
Never ever heard of Asa Glick, so...
He's dead. It's a he and also he's dead.
Is he the guy that was playing the... Was he either the character or the guy who was playing the character, the actor playing the character on the screen when they showed the old one when he's like, these Laramies are great for building up strength.
The old one of what? What's the character's name?
I don't know.
The superhero that we just talked about. We just watched the whole episode about.
Oh, Radioactive Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong-o.
Oh, very good. So not that dead
Not
guy.
that guy, no.
Perfect. I'm glad there's two.
No,
So, I have no idea who the
guess.
fuck Asa Glick is. Drawing a blank.
David, the old woman that Bart does the work for is Mrs. Glick. Asa Glick is her brother who died in World War One.
Right, okay.
He
I'm
held
glad
a-
we got a picture of the guy.
No, he's in the episode.
Yeah, I know he is.
It's a flashback where you see him holding the
Well, an
grenade for too
imaginary
long.
flashback.
No, maybe it's in Bart's mind.
I
or
think it's
maybe
Bart's imagination, because there's a few of those
yeah.
throughout the episode.
More popular in season 1.
Mhm.
David, first appearance of Dr. Crab. David, who is Dr. Crab? Why don't you verbalise your thoughts? Who could Dr. Crab be in this episode?
Is he an antagonist of Radioactive Man?
Yes, David, he is.
Really? Fucking hell. Okay.
There's a brief pan of a panel.
And you're doing a first appearance of that?
I'll give you a hint. Oh, you've got it, so it's not a hint. But
Yeah.
I'll give you the context.
context.
Is at the beginning of the episode when Bart shows Lisa the Radioactive Man comic, and you see him throwing a guy into the sun.
Is that him?
That's Dr. Crab.
Oh, I'm glad it's not even a fucking big picture of the cunt either.
No.
Brilliant.
David,
Yeah.
first appearance of Fallout Boy.
That's the sidekick kid to Radioactive Man.
Yes, correct.
Very good.
David, first appearance of Radioactive Man.
That's Radioactive Man.
Correct. David, first appearance of Buddy Hodges.
Buddy Hodges. Is that the Radioactive Man actor?
Wrong.
Okay, is that the Fallout Boy actor?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember which was which, but...
David, first appearance of Jack Tate.
Is that the Radioactive Man actor?
Wrong.
Oh, great. Jack Tate. Is that the dude that Milhouse wanted on the baseball card?
Wrong.
Okay.
I didn't think to include that guy.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be typing up that shortly to find out who the fuck he is.
Just some on the fly research and grab that name.
I'm sure. I have no idea, mate. None.
Jack Tate is the comic book artist.
Oh, right,
remember they're in the queue and they're taking their artwork to him?
Yes.
Insert the wrong theme there.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
David, first appearance of comic book guy.
That can't be the first appearance of the guy that sells all the comics, is it?
Yes.
Really?
That's him.
Holy shit.
First
I thought we'd seen him before now.
No.
I'm just imagining things, obviously.
First appearance of comic book guy.
Really? Nice.
Okay, David.
That's
You're on
good.
the home stretch.
Very good.
First appearance of Dirk Richer.
Is that the guy that played Radioactive Man?
Yes, David, it is.
Good, good. I'm glad.
Wow.
I got something.
Okay, David. First appearance of Mr. Ducky.
Why are you laughing at that?
Can't even look you in the eyes, man. First appearance of Mr. Ducky.
Is that a character that one of the kids happened to be dressed up as at the Comic-Con?
Wrong-o.
Give me a clue, man. Give me something.
Any true Simpsons fan would know the character of Mr. Ducky. I'll give you a hint. This is an absolute ass-pull. I quickly before we recorded this episode, double checked characters who made their first appearance in this episode and saw Mr. Ducky and wrote it down. And I'll give you another clue. He was in the episode, but I didn't spot him, and I was looking for him.
Nice. Has he got anything to do with Lisa's comic that she wanted?
Wrong-o.
Okay.
She wanted Casper.
Oh,
I guess first appearance of Casper
Yeah.
and first appearance of Richie Rich.
Yeah, that's it, Rich.
Should you want to give it a guess, David? Have you stabbed in the dark? Another guess? Who could Mr. Ducky be? I forgot we were still on Mr. Ducky.
I have guessed, and I do not know.
Mr. Ducky is a rubber duck toy in Comic Book Guy's shop.
For fuck's sake.
He does appear in this episode, and it is his first appearance. And he also appears in 4 other episodes, but one of those appearances is classified as just a cameo. His next appearance is just a cameo, and then he has 3 proper appearances after
Very
that
good.
again. Like he did in this episode.
Yeah. Even though you couldn't spot him and you were looking for him.
That's correct.
Good.
You feel good about that segment?
I feel like it's a good thing UK gun laws exist.
I'm going to give you your final score, David. You got Bartman?
Oh, you didn't ask me about Bartman.
David, first appearance of Bartman.
That's the person that Bart dresses up as.
It's a
Bartman.
Batman parody. That
Yes.
Bart it's correct, David. David, your final score for this week's Eye on Springfield is 8 out of 12.
Not bad.
You didn't get the full marks, so you don't receive your prize. There's going to be a prize from now on if you get all of them right.
I'm glad.
Just trying to spice up the show. And
I'm glad I'm never getting a prize because
I'm going to have to keep throwing in shit like Mr. Ducky.
You're going to be pulling shit out like that. Or you pan across an old folks' home fucking scene or something. There'll be a guy in a picture frame.
You done a Johnny Totoro? He was the man at the portrait gallery.
Yeah.
You see the back of his shoes as he's standing off to the side.
Very good.
That was Iron Springfield.
That it was. David,
give me your post-mortem on that segment.
Oh, I wish it was a dead segment. No, no. I genuinely, I give you a lot of shit for Iron Springfield, always. But I genuinely do really like Iron Springfield. I think it's a great segment.
Is it your favourite segment?
It's my favourite segment.
Wow.
Because I like learning about all these random fucking characters. And I do genuinely appreciate it when you pull one out your ass, like Mr. Ducky and stuff. I think it's quite funny. So
it shows how many characters there are in The Simpsons.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to try my hardest to never have an episode where there's not an Iron Springfield.
Good.
I did consider at one point assigning names.
If there's
like a character
names.
that's like man watching Krusty Show.
Yeah.
To be like, who's John? What John's the name of the guy watching the Krusty Show?
When we run out of legitimate characters,
like season 30,
Yeah.
I'll start doing that.
Yeah, good. I'll just have to guess because I'm never getting it right.
What other segments in the show do you like, David?
I like the trivia segments as well. I really
You
like.
mean to tell me that you like 3 blind mice trivia?
I think it's longer every time, you know.
I'm gonna die one day doing that.
Yeah.
I have a fucking brain hemorrhage.
Episode season 30. It's gonna be 95 minutes.
I'm not living that long.
And most of it is going to be you going 3.
I'll be honest with you, I ain't making it to season 30. I got season 10 in me at most. That's the sound of 3 blind mice trivia.
Yes.
The trivia segment of this show, where I say trivia from this episode. It's just trivia.
Trivia.
We call it 3 blind mice trivia because of a factoid from season 1, episode 2.
Yes.
David, this... I promise, before I say this bit of trivia, I promise that soon we will move out of the era where I have to keep fucking bringing this up.
Okay.
This was the first episode to beat The Cosby Show by total viewers. I promise we're almost at the point where we can fuck off with Bill Cosby and his show. I don't like having to mention this.
Yeah.
But they were so opposed.
Big at the time.
Rival shows, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's done. Jolly Jack Tate, who is the comic artist that you didn't guess now in Springfield, is a nod to comic legend Jack Kirby.
All right, nice.
Famous, of course, for working with Stan Lee, creating characters at DC like Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
Had a hand in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Comic legend Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
He was referred to as Jolly Jack in the Marvel comics.
All right.
One of the nerds at the Comic-Con is dressed up as McBain.
Right, yeah.
They are standing behind Martin Prince when he asks the lost and found about his missing Vulcaneer. I should have included that guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You probably could have. There's a lot of people when we start like dissecting the episode or just talking about shit. I think he could have been in there.
Sometimes I look back at the first episode where I just did like the main family and like a few other characters, and I think there's so many background characters who never have a line of dialogue, but who are named.
Yeah, yeah.
That I should have thrown into that.
It would have taken up the entire episode.
Maybe one day I'll do a really long episode. I do like end of season 2, Ion Springfield, and I just do all of them. It's like every character that made the first appearance in season 2, you have to guess all of them. With no Imagine if I was like, who made their first appearance in season 2, episode 1 now? You don't know.
I don't know who made their first appearance in this episode.
What was the name of that episode? Season 2, episode 1.
Bart gets an F?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah, good job.
Nice.
You pulled it out of the bag.
I did. And that is the first take.
The original line that the Fall Out Boy actor, Buddy Hodges, said to Bart was, "You there, the toe-headed lad."
All right, okay.
He calls him the masked boy or
yeah.
something, but yeah. The Radioactive Man actor and his mysterious death are in reference to Superman actor George Reeves.
Yeah.
Radioactive Man's origin story is inspired heavily by Marvel comics like The Hulk and the Fantastic Four, where they get their powers from gamma radiation and such.
Yeah, that's cool.
The choice to have Radioactive Man be a nuclear-inspired hero was intended to draw parallels to Homer's job working at the power plant.
Yeah, I guess as much with that one.
Buddy Hodges is obviously inspired by Batman 1966 actor Burt Ward,
right?
Who played Robin.
Yeah.
Young Marge in her flashback is dressed like Lisa.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, this is the... Maybe you can figure this out. This is the trivia I wrote down that doesn't make any sense. The happy Krusty Burger employee on the sign is meant to contrast the unhappy smoking worker behind Bart.
Okay, so when Bart's talking in the Krusty Burger, you've got a shot where I saw a worker with an apron stained up and standing smoking inside the restaurant.
Yeah. But you could do it in the 90s.
Which you could do in the 90s. You still really wouldn't want someone smoking over your burger.
But they would do it anyway.
They'd do it anyway, but I mean, to be honest, 90s, I think at that point, you'd probably be asked as an employee not to smoke in the premises.
But legally?
Legally, there's no problem. But likelihood is you'd probably not be smoking on premises as an employee. You'd be going out the back or something at least to have a cigarette.
I used to, when I was a little boy, go to a place called Pumpernickel.
Yes.
It's still there, by the way.
Yep, I know.
But it was divided into a smoking section and a non-smoking section.
I remember this.
And the two halves of the smoking and non-smoking were separated by a beaded curtain. Like a set of beads hung up as a curtain.
Yeah.
Not stopping a single lick of smoke from getting through from one side
Not
to the
a
other.
goddamn thing. It did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but you were required by law to have a smoking and non-smoking section, so that's what they did.
Although, that's exactly what I thought. Right, I thought this curtain does fuck all, because I can smell, I'm choking on smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Except, one time we went to the Pumpernickel with my dad, who at the time smoked, and so we went to the smoking section. It stops a lot of smoke, apparently.
See,
because I was practically vomiting on the smoke smell in the smoking section, whereas I'd been in the non-smoking section a few times.
Yeah.
With my mum, who wouldn't go into the smoking section when she smoked, but she would just smoke outside before and then go in. So we would normally sit in the non-smoking section. So I'd been in there plenty of times with other people smoking in the smoking section and going, this does fuck all.
Yeah.
And then the one time I did actually go into the smoking section, I went, okay, well actually it does do something.
Oh, see, I usually sat in the smoking section when I was like 5 years old.
Very good. That explains a lot.
Yeah, it explains everything that's wrong with me, mate.
No, it's not great.
Writer Jeff Martin actually did work for an old lady down the street, which inspired a segment where Bart does the same.
I was going to say someone knew the ins and out of that one, because that was too accurate.
Yeah.
Too fucking accurate.
Cloris Leachman does the voice of the old lady.
All right, okay. What's she from? Because I don't recognise her voice. Her name, fucking hell.
She also worked with James L. Brooks on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Okay.
She was also in the movie Young Frankenstein.
All right.
As well as the show Malcolm in the Middle.
Really?
Yeah, she was born in 1926 and she passed away in 2021.
Fucking hell. R.I.P.
Yeah. They got Daniel Stern in to parody the Wonder Years as Bart's Inner Thoughts, which we thought was quite funny.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern's brother, David Stern, is actually a writer on The Simpsons and helped refine that segment to make it sound more authentic.
Right, nice.
Daniel Stern is the narrator from the Wonder Years.
Mm-hmm.
Best known to audiences now as one of the burglars from Home Alone.
Yes.
He's the one that isn't Joe Pesci, the tall one.
Yeah, tall guy.
That's Daniel Stern.
Yeah, that's awesome.
David, what's the name of the soap opera that Mrs. Glick is watching? Sometimes when I'm doing trivia, I like to take a bit of trivia and throw it at David as an insult.
Yeah, as an insult to my memory.
Aye.
Torturing an old man.
What was the Great Depression like?
What was the Great War like?
Want me to tell you?
Please do. I don't remember anything other than what she said about it, really.
Search for the Sun.
Right, okay.
The baseball card that Milhouse tries to buy is a real card.
Is it? Yeah. I would not know. I know nothing about baseball cards.
Neither do I.
Baseball isn't really much of a thing in the UK.
The original third act of this episode was Bart creating a union for child labourers.
Wait, what? The original first act?
Third act.
Third act, sorry.
The original third act for this episode was Bart creating a union for child labourers.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's a strange idea.
That's a really fucking out there idea to tie that into a comic episode.
Well, I guess it's to tie into the work aspect where he's trying to make money and then he does the work for Mrs. Glick and gets like 50 pence.
Yeah, but that's still a weird...
I'm
still
glad,
a weird segue into it. I'm glad they did it the way they did it.
Yeah, I'm glad they went with what they went with.
Yeah.
The actual,
kept it light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual third act was inspired by the film The Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
I recognise that name.
I recognise it as well, but I have not seen the film.
Fair enough. I don't know if I've seen the film. I have no idea.
I did catch this reference though.
Okay.
Bart holding Milhouse's sleeve and it almost ripping is a reference to the Alfred Hitchcock movie Saboteur.
I also caught that reference.
The Statue of Liberty, is it?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great stuff, David.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of 3 Blind Mice trivia.
Very good.
You'll notice, David, that this episode there's no Who Complained and Why.
Yeah.
You'll be glad to know.
I am.
So
I'm very glad
I like
for
to
that.
torture you with.
Yes, you do. So that's why you took that piece of trivia and slapped it around and...
I slapped it around and you went, oh, yeah. And I went, oh, I'll just tell you. I'll just fucking tell you.
Yeah.
I'll cut our miseries.
I've had a pretty difficult eye on Springfield this episode. So.
Oh man, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that eye on Springfield.
You should be. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
David,
Mm-hmm.
I'm reviving a dead segment right now.
Oh, very good. What one?
It's alive! Meme Spot. Remember Meme
Nice.
Spot?
I do.
Last
From
season 2, episode 3.
Yeah.
20 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I have 2 meme spots for you. I pointed
Yes.
them out and I chimped at the screen. I think I say the same things every episode.
So that's why I had to shovel some shit off the screen halfway through the episode.
I think I say I chimped out and pointed at the screen. I did the same intros and the same outros. I'm on autopilot at this point.
Yeah.
The first meme spot was Marge saying, "Kids, could you lighten up a little?"
Mm-hmm.
When they're talking about Casper being the ghost of Richie Rich.
Yeah.
It's a famous meme.
Mm-hmm.
The other example was Homer saying, "They're fine,"
Yes.
from the rumpus room
Yeah.
during the storm. The version of that meme that comes to my mind is a Lion King adaptation that someone did. They edited it so that the treehouse has Scar throwing Mufasa down.
Yeah.
Homer sees it and goes, "They're fine."
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I think I probably sent
You probably
it to
sent me it, yeah.
Okay, that's the end of Meme Spot.
Very good.
It's dead again. I brought it to life
Dead
and
and buried.
brought it back to life and then I hit it over the head with a shovel and I
Back
buried
in the
it.
grave again.
Yep.
Good.
Well, David, that's all I have for this episode.
Okay, perfect. Close down the laptop. So, Connor, I pointed out at the time when we were watching the episode that there was a lot of weird...
Twisterhead.
Yeah, Twisterhead, that's
Is
it.
this
Twisterhead. With,
David's Gripes and Ripes or whatever I called that segment?
I think you did, yeah.
Some sort of piss.
Is anything to get another fucking segment.
Boy, I sure hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anyone got fired for that one, because I think we've agreed in the past that any real Twisterhead or anything, it's just a thing that happens.
It's a choice at the time.
Yeah.
It's an animation choice, a style choice.
There's a good few times where Bart gets a bit Twisterhead. Lisa gets Twisterhead twice in this episode.
That's true.
And there's another random kid that also gets Twisterhead at another point in this episode.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that's it, yes. I just thought it was like a weird inclusion in it, like especially right at the start.
They're all right at the start.
Yeah, they're really like all the ones where Bart gets Twisterhead and the two times that Lisa gets it right at the start when they're sitting in the back seats talking about those comics. I just thought it was kind of a little jarring, but I thought overall it was okay. It's not as bad as some of the other ones they've done in the past. It was a lot more mild.
I think we'll probably see the last of that in these last 2 episodes of season 2.
Right.
I think by the time that we start season 3,
Twisterhead's really not much of a thing anymore.
I would hope so.
Yeah. I would hope so too, to be honest, because I think it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Like, anatomically, they're not exactly humans.
But like their skulls can't twist around like that.
Yeah.
I feel like they've ironed out a lot of the other imperfections in the animation as well.
They definitely have.
And it's a little odd to have Twisterhead still rearing its head literally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, rearing and ringing it.
David, what did you think of Comic Book Guy in his first appearance?
I honestly didn't think this was his first appearance.
Yeah.
He felt like it wasn't his first appearance. I know it is, but I feel like he's always been there.
Maybe that's just us.
Maybe that's like nostalgia and all that other stuff.
Our view on the character is being coloured by the fact that obviously we've seen so many other appearances by him.
Yeah.
I've seen right up to season 34 or whatever.
I have not.
So I've seen Comic Book Guy. I won't spoil it for you, but
You've seen a lot.
I've seen him.
Very good.
I've seen him get
it.
I've seen him have proper storylines where he has real character development.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I've seen him go on a Wes Anderson inspired adventure. I've seen him do an entire episode dedicated to Studio Ghibli.
That's something that I should really see.
I'll wait until we cover it.
Yeah, obviously.
25 years.
Yeah, I will.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I'm watching through The Simpsons as we are doing this. I'm not actually watching outside of this anymore.
You've stopped?
I've stopped.
Because you kept...
I did actually...
To do something, you'd be like, I thought it was real interesting this episode where Homer went to space and was covering, like, the Call of the Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, mate. No.
You're seasons ahead.
No, I sort of, before, I had dipped in and out when my wife was watching it.
Yes.
On occasion, but now I am actually...
The reveal that you're married to a woman.
Yeah,
not
I know.
To me.
Yeah. Hey, I could be married to 2 people.
No, you can't.
Not legally.
Right, okay. I'm going to clip
It's alright,
that.
Nintendo's getting my ass anyway.
I'm going to clip that and send it to your wife. And be like,
Good.
Catch this?
Yeah.
Listen to this shit.
Don't worry, she'll kill you too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But no, I am no longer I'm no longer watching any of The Simpsons except from when we're doing this, because I want to follow through some of the episodes that I've either missed or never seen, or just really don't remember anything about.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my first sort of impressions on the show kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's a sort of better way of doing it for me. So
Yeah, the only ones I do the same, except I watch the new season when it comes out. So like 34, 35.
Yeah.
And every October I watch all of the Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
Actually, this most recent October, I didn't watch the first Treehouse of Horror from this season because I knew we were going to cover it soon.
Yeah.
And I wanted it not fresh in my mind.
Yeah. Awesome.
I like how we didn't talk about comic
Yeah,
books
I'm
at
glad
all.
we didn't talk about
I think it's
anything.
interesting how he's kind of fully formed, but not quite.
Yeah.
The voice isn't quite what it would be, and also he's not as snarky.
Yeah.
He's very snarky, but he's not as
is.
snarky as he would be.
Yeah.
He's not saying his iconic catchphrase yet.
Yeah.
Worst Simpsons episode ever, or something like that, you know?
Yeah. No, I quite like him though. I feel like he really he's more developed than a lot of other characters.
When they make the first
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he feels like he's already a bit fleshed out. Even though he's got practically nothing in the episode. He's not got much screen time. He's not got many lines.
Only 2 scenes.
But he feels like he's not just been slapped in there. He feels like he's
not like
always
a
been around.
Mrs. Glick or a random background character or Lost and Found guy.
Yeah.
Even though they just named him comic book guy.
Yeah.
It feels like they wrote him with the intention of him appearing
again
in the future.
Yeah.
And he did it successfully.
Yeah.
Remember Howard the Flower guy? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, we have not.
Where's Howard the Flower guy? Season 1, episode 12.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for David's one bit of animation that he actually quite liked. This is a segment in this show where David tells us one bit of animation that he actually quite liked.
Very good. My one bit of animation that I actually quite liked. How many times do you reckon we could say it before people switch it off?
They already switched off, mate.
Yeah.
When I did my yodelay-hee-hoo at the beginning of it, that's when people...
Yeah.
Or they heard the theme. Maybe they don't like the theme song.
Nah, theme song's the best part of this fucking show.
Insert brain here.
Yes.
Well, it's sprinkled in our vision. If there it isn't bacon, do insert brain here. We cast them, Sister Banner. Here come David and Connor.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
It is. It is fucking awesome.
It is.
So my one bit of animation that I actually quite liked.
What's your one podcast theme song that you actually quite liked, David?
Ours.
Is it the Ion Springfield segment? Which one do you prefer? The Ion Springfield segment, the Three Blind Mice segment, or the podcast title proper? Which one of those 3 opening themes?
Definitely the podcast theme proper.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Under the bus. If you were just going to go with the sort of intro / outros for any of our segments, it would definitely be Ion Springfield.
Outside of Ion Springfield and Three Blind Mice, I usually just wing it.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess with this has an intro, which we're still in.
Yeah. Yep.
15-minute long intro. David, what's your one bit of animation that you actually quite liked in under 5 minutes, if you could?
My one bit of animation that I actually quite liked is the kids are arguing in the treehouse, and you've got like the panning shot, and then the storm shot as well. When you've got like the look up from the ground up the tree, and you see the sky and the lightning and the rain, and then you've got like it all goes into that sort of really dark. It changes the colors scheme of everything to a really darker version of all the colors that are going on.
Because of the candlelight.
No, but I mean they've been sitting by candlelight so far.
All right, okay, I understand.
So
what you mean.
it dims it right down from that as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It darkens the room quite a bit more because obviously everyone's getting suspicious of each other, and it's really quite nice. And it's a really nice little panning shot all through like a 360 of the treehouse, which is quite well done.
Where it shows like Bart's face, Milhouse's face, Martin's face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. Well, I guess we can wrap it up there.
Yep. This has been
if I could just interject, my one bit of animation that I actually quite liked, not that anyone asks or wants to know.
You can follow us on Twitter
Don't pretend you know our social media handles.
I actually do.
Mm-hmm. I'd say do the same.
All of that for that.
No, you know what? I'll go. I'm introducing a new rule to the podcast. We can't see the same bit of animation.
Okay. We have to drum up and pull another one out of our ass.
I'm gonna say when they show the old Radioactive Man serial, and it's like black and white and flickery and scratchy, like old 8mm films are.
That's actually that was really quite nicely done. They've done some old stuff before.
Yeah, they have.
Earlier on,
We mentioned in season 1 there was a bit of animation that they dragged across concrete.
Yeah,
like the famous Mel Gibson movie.
Yeah.
Dragged across concrete.
Yeah.
On video on demand? No.
That's the one.
If you go into a supermarket in 2008 and there's a bargain bin of DVDs for £3 each, you'll find it there.
Yeah.
Actually...
Probably reduced further to £1.50.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, David, take us home.
This has been Insert Brain here, a Simpsons podcast. I'm your host, David, and with me, as always, has been my co-host, Connor.
I thought it'd be really funny there if I could do your leh-hee-hoo backwards. I didn't have enough time to formulate what that would sound like.
It would have been funny.
That's not quite it, but it's going to have to do.
It's good enough. Very good. Connor, would you like to take us away with the social media followings?
I'm glad you fucked that up.
I did.
You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at InsertBrainHerePod or on Twitter at T422. Check out our website, insertbrainhere.podcastpage.io.
Leave us a message.
You leave us a voice note, leave us an anything. If you leave us a voice message on the website, we'll play it in the episode.
Yeah.
Whichever episode comes next after you.
Send us it.
After whichever episode we record.
After we check it.
Which we do every month or so.
Yeah. Every time we mention checking it.
Check out the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Listener, Deezer, Dailymotion,
everywhere.
Vimeo, Geezer.
Really, Vimeo?
No, we're not on Vimeo.
All right, good.
I'll get to it eventually.
One day.
Check out our podcast on YouTube or on all places where good podcasts are made available.
Yep.
Rate us 5 stars on the listening platform of your choice. It really helps us out. Leave a like and a comment on this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, etc. and so forth.
And
smell you later. I'm going to clap for your cheeks now, boy.
Good.
Plenty of time.
It's the anal Kegel exercises I've been doing.
That's me done. We can't keep that in. that has to be cut.
Yeah.
Well, good night, everyone.
Aye. Good night.
I hope you have an unfunny Monday.
Yeah.
This goes out on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah.
Have a good Wednesday, everyone. We'll see you next week. Oh, fucking hell, you haven't done it.
Oh, what? Oh, this has been a T422 Productions.
No, you haven't done the other thing.
What's that?
Where you say what episode we're covering next week.
Oh, next week we're going to be covering episode 22, which is...
Blood Feud. The final episode of season 2. Can you believe that we're here already and we haven't learned a single thing? We haven't earned a modicum of professionability.
None.
Professionability?
I don't know.
Professionability.
Professionalism.
Bye, everyone.
Professionalism.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Tatty bye. Aye.